Hello, my name is Mariana, and this is a reading for Gemini. So I've done this reading with my own deck that I designed a few years ago. So you see the cards from this deck. So Gemini, I have to ask you something. What are you waiting for that feels like a long time? It feels like you're tired of waiting. It feels like you've been in the same place, waiting for something to arrive, but it feels like it's never arriving. You're tired of waiting. You're so bored. Because, first of all, even before any cards came out, I was just shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and I heard the message that I had to sit down to pull cards, but they weren't coming at all. And I was just giving up, like, for the day. Like, I'm not pulling cards for Gemini today because there are no messages, right? And then instantly, as I was like really about to put my cards down, boom, this card came along, the Wheel of Fortune. And straight away the message was, we're on. You're on, Gemini. You're on. The waiting is over. The waiting is over. Whatever you're waiting for that feels like a really long time in the making, it's time. It is time. It's here. And why I say that you're really bored because of this Four of Pentacles, right? So it feels like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and nothing happens. Nothing changes. It feels like such a boring, everyday, day-to-day obligations and, chores and, I don't know, it feels like a boring routine, boring three-dimensional life, one that's not interesting or instigating. It's just more of the same old, you know what I mean? But it's time for a change, right? So I don't know if you may or may not seen the Taurus reading from yesterday that I did, but this card came with this interesting image. It was I believe in the extended part, but it came through with the image of a locked keyhole, right? One that you had to find the key to open it. But the interesting thing for you, Gemini, today is that because it is time, whether you have or have not found the key, which I believe you have, but I don't think it's something, it's just a shift in perception, right? That's the key to open this, but I don't think you're aware that you are the one opening it. I feel that you are feeling that it's just happening, right? Because the atmosphere somehow feels different to you. And why I say that? Because right after the Four of Pentacles, it's the World card. And this World card, it's right below the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't know if you're gonna see what I mean here, but here it feels like this keyhole of yesterday's image that was locked. It feels like here it's suddenly opening up, right? It feels like it was locked and then it's just starting this opening up, right? It feels like when you're going like inside of a really closed off, like a really dense forest, and you have to open your way, through the leaves and the branches. That's what I'm feeling here, right? So it feels like it feels like you're not doing anything. It's just unfolding. This opening, it's just unfolding in front of you, right? Because it is time. It is time for this portal to open for you, right? You have been patiently waiting for really, really long time. So now the change is here. And because it's something that it feels like it's like a higher force that's making this open up. It feels like it's triggering a lot of remembrance of the effort that you put, you know, because it feels like here you were in this really stagnant place. It feels like it doesn't mean that it was an awful place. On the contrary, I think it may have been like a really comfortable place, one that was even agreeable, even it felt good in the beginning. But since you didn't see any change for such a long period of time, this comfortable was turning into a feeling of uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like you wanted movement, and all you found was just stagnant, like being in place, like being held in place. So this world, this movement that's beginning to take place here, that's happening in front of your eyes, almost magically, it's almost like so the image that I'm getting is like, as soon as you're opening up through this really dense forest, it's triggering some kind of deep fears. It's like an alert. You're on alert, as if to protect, to enter in this protection mode if needed, you know? But it's just here, to me, this is not a real thing. This is just something that is in your subconscious mind, you know? That because you were held in this place for so long, it feels like this could come up at any corner, you know, because you're just beginning a new movement. So maybe you're feeling that you're feeling uncomfortable, even though it is what you want, you know, this movement, but it feels uncomfortable to you. Maybe because it's not you that are moving. Maybe you're being moved somehow. So, okay. Until these four cards came along, I was just having this image that you were being moved, right? Like you're entering some kind of portal. But then these next three lines, these next line of three cards, I just had this flipped image. You're not being moved into any place, it feels like you're being moved outwards, out of the place that you've been for a long time because of the Hermit. So it feels like here you're feeling uncomfortable because you're being moved out of a place that you know, out of a place that is safe, even though it may be boring, it may be stagnant, is a place that you know, right? And it's contained, like it's protected, right? You know every corner of this small place because you've been there for a long, long time. And now you're moving to this new environment that feels so much bigger, so much unexpected. Like it feels like at every corner something new can appear and throw you something that you may not recognize, that you may not receive as being familiar, right? This feels familiar, this feels unfamiliar, right? And you're feeling this strangeness, right? Because it feels like you're being shoved out of your home, in a way. You know, the place that even though you could see like how stagnant it was, you know, it wasn't taking you anywhere. But because you're being shown this way out, and not only that, you're like being put on the move, like you're being moved to go out of this place. It feels like your steps are being taken really carefully, right? Because it feels like in a way you hold still memory of heaviness, of yeah, I feel like fear, inner fears, right? But I have good news for you, Gemini. Once you leave this place, once you decide to leave your home and go out for a walk or whatever it is, whatever calls you, you know, it feels like there's someone right on your doorstep. It feels like it's really close. Like as soon as you take this one step out of your home, it feels like this one appears, bringing such love, such, it's like if the word that's coming, it's a warm embrace, you know, and love and safety. It feels like this one is this safety net because you are so alert, right? Because of this maybe past triggers, past fears that are still in your subconscious, and you're going forward but almost scared of what you may find. The one that you're encountering is such a warm embrace, like such a welcome presence, right? It feels like, well, it may be like a family member, but I feel here that is someone that you're about to meet, someone that you don't know yet, at least in this lifetime, right? But it feels like this King of Cups coming with this message of the Six of Cups. Maybe he knows something about a past connection with you, right? That maybe because of your own fears, you're not open to it yet. So this one is coming in with the safety net, right? With this warm embrace, just to greet you. It feels like it's almost like as soon as you cross the door outside and you know, step onto the street or whatever, it feels like this one comes, sorry about the noise. It feels like this one is coming with message of love, with a greeting, like so happy to see you outside, you know, for a change. Maybe they were waiting for you. Maybe they were there too for a long time and you didn't know because you were just closed off here, right? So it's beautiful. You don't have anything to be scared of, because it feels like it's like a destined meeting, right? And you have to go out into the world to find this one, to meet this one that may be waiting for you, to greet you, to compliment you, to hug you, right? So this is really beautiful. If you're scared of taking this leap and just seeing the world, do it. You may find someone that's just so happy to see you, right? So Gemini, I'm going to pull a few more cards and see if they want to add to this message, and also I'm going to pull from my astrological runes that I made from air dry clay and see if they have something else to add to this. So if you want to come with me to the extended, I'll be happy to see you there. and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.